Let's get you out to Oakmont for a check at the U.S. Open. Boy, oh boy, has it been a big day for Spaun, sitting at the top of the leaderboard currently at 4 under. He recorded the first bogey-free U.S. Open round at Oakmont since DJ Dustin Johnson did it in 2016. Taking a look here at how he's been able to get it done. You see it there. 4 birdies on that back 9. He currently sits at 4 under on the first day of the U.S. Open. Let's get a check from Oakmont as we bring in our CBS Sports golf analyst, Patrick McDonald. Patrick, I want to pick up the conversation right there. Spaun, most notably, we remember him from that playoff when he went head-to-head with Rory at the Players' Championship. Bring us up to speed here. What's he been doing that you like that has him at the top of the leaderboard?
When you think about Spaun, you think of his game translating to a TPC Sawgrass, a shorter golf course, positional, point A to point B, not necessarily an Oakmont country club that is big, brawny, and right out there in front of you. But Spaun's the type of guy who's going to pound fairways and pound greens in regulation. He hit 12 greens in regulation today. That doesn't sound too impressive on paper, but around this place, that is very, very good. And what he did great today was on the greens. He made a ton of putts after getting off to a really fast start. He took advantage, I would say, of the easier side, which is the back 9, about playing 2 strokes over par compared to the front 9, which is playing about 3 strokes over par. Got off to a really fast start, made a putt from off the green on number 10, made a long putt on number 17, the drivable par 4, turned in 4 under, and then the putter really took over. He had 6 par putts from over 7 feet today, including one from outside 15 feet. So the putter really kept him afloat, kept him bogey-free, which, like you mentioned with Dustin Johnson, is very, very difficult to do. And tying Andrew Landry for the lowest first round here at Oakmont from 2016.
Not only was it the first bogey-free round since 2016 here at Oakmont, but it was the first in his career, Patrick. And when you think about who's teeing off later today and Scottie Scheffler and all of those big guns that we are certainly going to be watching, how important is it for him to sort of continue this momentum going into day 2?
The U.S. Open is really a test of keeping those squares off the scorecard. You go back to 2016, Dustin Johnson actually made 11 birdies all week. That is nothing, right? If Spaun continues that pace, he's going to make 16. Dustin Johnson ranked, I believe, outside the top 25 in terms of birdies, but he ranked number 1, of course, in bogey avoidance. And Spaun today, no matter what anyone else does this afternoon, he's going to be number 1 or tied for the lead in terms of bogey avoidance with 0. And so that's where Scottie Scheffler thrives. He's number 1 on the PGA Tour in terms of bogey avoidance. But the key for these guys is just not compounding mistakes. You're going to miss fairways out there. We see that time and time again. It's all about not making sure your second shot's in the rough too, because we saw guys like Rory McIlroy do that and lead to a number of big scores. So it's huge for Spaun, who might not have the firepower. Like I mentioned, he doesn't necessarily have the pop off the tee like some of those big guys. So if he's able to keep his scorecards relatively clean, he should have some staying power on this leaderboard.
All right, we'll keep our eye on him as he tries to keep up at the top there. Let's talk about Ludwig Aubert. Started really great for him, back-to-back birdies to open the round. Unfortunately, does not finish that same way as he sits at +2. I believe he ended 8 and 9 with back-to-back bogeys here. I mean, Patrick, this is a guy who we are always talking about. This is the one where he's going to break through here. Not the way you want to end round 1 of the U.S. Open.
No, it's not. A lot of eyes on that group too. Not only did you have Ludwig, you had Adam Scott too. A lot of females fawning over them, and I cannot blame them. Good looking too, some there. Let's
Don't be shy, Patrick. You were with those ladies fawning.
Yeah, I mean, I was there. Our guy Kyle Porter, we were walking with them a little bit too. It was a good time. But I mean, Ludwig, you look at his start, like you mentioned, a great start, a dream start, going 2 under through 2, and then he gets to that more difficult side, and he short-sided himself on 1 with a wedge in hand. He short-sided himself on 5 with a wedge in hand. 6, he short-sided himself 2. The bogey on number 12 also came with a wedge in hand, and he short-sided himself there also. Par 3, 8, that's just a brutal hole. You're going to make your bogey on that hole. Unfortunately, he missed a putt from inside 3 feet. So Ludwig's a guy, like you mentioned, he is built for a major championship test. It's easy to forget this is only his 2nd U.S. Open in his career. His first one came at Pinehurst, number 2, and he acquitted himself quite nicely. He was the 36-hole leader there before kind of falling off the pace over the weekend, making a number of big scores. on Pinehurst number 2. So I think 2 over, it doesn't look great on paper, but it's beating the field average by 3 right now. And so Ludwig, despite that finish, despite some shots that he'd like back, his approach play probably needs to be tightened up a little bit, especially with that short iron part of his game. But he's going to be feeling okay with that round of 72.
To that point, Patrick, we know that the U.S. Open is not designed to be easy. It's why it is a major rate. Give us a course overview to this point. Now that we've seen a couple of golfers get out there, we've seen the scorecards roll in. How has the experience been through round 1?
There's a fun cadence to it. It starts on number 1. It's the hole where you think you should make birdie, but it kind of punches you in the face, honestly. And then you go to number 2, a short, drivable par 4 that some guys like Bryson DeChambeau, he was about 30 yards short of it, but short-sided himself and really struggled for par. And then you really get into it. 3's a beast. 4's a par 5 on paper. It's the only hole that's playing under par, but it's only playing under par by, I believe, 1 putt, right? If the guy misses a 5-footer and makes it instead, it's over par at this point. So it's really tough around the turn 7 through 10, and then you get the birdie opportunities on 11. You get one on 12, the downhill par 5, 13 and 14 as well, and then it punches you back in the face again. So there are chances out there, and so I think that's what makes it so fun, where in some holes you're just holding on for dear life. You're hoping to make par. You're hoping to make bogey if you're out of position. And on other holes, there's almost some added pressure to make birdies on them, or at least make par and not give up strokes to the field, because it's a reprieve from all the damage that Oakmont's going to do to you.
We saw that played out with Bryson DeChambeau earlier in the round, where he was pinging and it looked like he was going to get double bogey, and then somehow he ends up saving it for bogey. That guy is insane. Patrick McDonald joining us here with a quick look at round 1 so far out at the U.S. Open. Patrick, we appreciate the time, and I'm sure we'll be chatting with you a lot as the day rolls along. You can stay up to date with the latest on the green by tapping into the early wedge. It's a 2-for-1 for you. They'll help you learn the golf, and they'll also help put money in your pocket. So scan that QR code on your screen to get tapped in. That's going to do it for this hour of CBS Sports HQ. We will see you at the top. Plenty to talk about when it comes to the postseason and all the other sports.